Apple is shaking things up with the upcoming iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, embracing a new camera bar design that dramatically extends toward the right side of the device's back. It's a striking shift from previous models that used a more traditional camera island. Even the iPhone 17 Air, despite having just one camera, follows suit with a similar bar-style aesthetic. However, there's one lone model resisting this design trend: the base iPhone 17, which retains a conventional look, making it the odd one out in Apple's latest lineup. Google's cheeky response, calling out Apple's copycat move. Tech giant Google wasted no time reacting to Apple's design evolution. Clearly keeping tabs on industry trends, Google has released a playful new ad that mocks Apple for allegedly borrowing its well-known camera bar concept, which has been a signature feature of Pixel devices. However, there's an interesting twist. While Google proudly claims ownership of the camera bar look, Apple's design for the Pro models bears a stronger resemblance to older Poco phones than to Pixels, at least in terms of execution. That said, the iPhone 17 Air undeniably channels Pixel vibes, making Google's jab somewhat justified. But let's be real, it's not Poco poking fun at Apple here. It's Google, pun very much intended. Google's history of playful Apple critiques. This latest ad fits snugly into Google's well-established tradition of roasting Apple, especially through its quirky Pixel versus iPhone ad series. The campaign personifies the two smartphones as chatty, competitive friends, constantly debating whose features came first. And trust us, this isn't even the most cringeworthy ad in the lineup. Google has produced some truly eyebrow-raising attempts at humor before. The Pixel's receipts a walk down memory lane. In this particular ad, Google reminds viewers of all the times Apple seemingly borrowed Pixel innovations. White heavy checkmark night sight versus night mode. Google launched its night sight feature first, and then suddenly, Apple introduced night mode on the iPhone. White heavy checkmark magic eraser versus cleanup tool. The magic eraser let Pixel users remove unwanted objects from photos, only for Apple to unveil a similar cleanup tool not long after. White heavy checkmark widgets, the ultimate Android flex. Google takes special pride in pointing out that Android has had widgets since the beginning, while Apple took years to finally implement them. Final thoughts. Whether Apple's new camera bar approach was truly inspired by Pixel devices or simply an independent design evolution remains up for debate. But one thing is certain, Google is having fun trolling Apple, and this won't be the last time we see these two tech giants clash over design choices and feature rollouts. With the iPhone 17 Pro series on the horizon, consumers will ultimately decide whether Apple's fresh camera bar is a true innovation or just another adaptation of an existing trend.